Hey guys, welcome to today's reading. This one is all about your April forecast. So we're going to see everything that's going on in the month of April for you, all the good, all the, I don't want to say bad, but everything to look out for, everything to be aware of, giving you a heads up for the upcoming month of April 2025. And by the way, I think I accidentally said March a few times, but trust me, the energy still applies towards the end of March and going into April. And we are just going to be getting a month ahead and figuring out everything that's happening for you in this upcoming month. So today we have a selection of different cards for you to choose from. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. And basically you're going to see which of these cards is sticking out to you, calling your name, drawing your attention in towards it. And then as soon as you make up your mind, just scroll down to the timestamps in the comments and the description and jump right into your pile. By the way, if you like how I read tarot and you want to see more of it, then be sure to head to my Patreon where I post all my additional readings. There are over 100 exclusive readings you'll only find on Patreon, and you also get early and ad-free access to all my YouTube videos. I just posted a reading all about who are your haters and why are they hating, as well as one about what is your best path to making money, and also one about your next relationship. But there is so much content to choose from and go through over on Patreon, and you also get to be the first to watch my YouTube videos. They go up over there way early. So if that sounds good to you and you want to join me on Patreon, then head to the link underneath the timestamps and the comments and the description, and I would love to see you there. Also, if you would like to book a private session with me, you can do that at my website, briarrosetarot.com. Whether you're looking for a quick half-hour reading, a full hour-length reading, whether you want it to be focused on tarot, astrology, channeling, mediumship, a combination, whether you would like it to be a quick 30-minute reading or a full hour-length reading, you can customize your time with me so it's the perfect session for you. If that sounds good, then head to my website, briarrosetarot.com, and the link for that is in my description. So thanks for watching, guys. That's about all I have to say. If you need more time to decide, you can totally feel free to rewind, pause, and take as much time as you need. But we're going to go ahead and jump into pile one. Hey pile one, welcome to your reading. So you guys got the Four of Swords, the Strength card, Queen of Cups, Ace of Cups, Three of Cups, and the Hermit. So with the Four of Swords coming out reversed and the Strength card coming out reversed, I'm not gonna lie, this could be a month when you guys have a hard time sleeping or need a lot of sleep and a lot of rest. With the Strength card, you may not be feeling your best physically. I feel like this is a month for you to take it easy. And if you've been like, oh, I really want to hit the gym hard, or I really want to like achieve some kind of fitness goal, or I want to start something new, this could be a month when you really just don't have the energy. This could be more of a month for like conserving and resting. Even doing creative projects are really highlighted. You guys got so many cups, and cups is really strong creative energy. So this could definitely be a month when you're feeling super creatively inspired. I feel like with the Ace of Cups, what's coming through for some of you guys is maybe some big project that like wants to come to fruition, like something that maybe it's not even ready to come to fruition in the month of March, but it may come into play later in the year. And I feel like you guys are doing a lot of planning. Another thing that's coming up for some of you guys is home redecoration. That just popped into my head, and it's definitely a creative project.
I feel like some of you guys, there's a vibe around here with the Hermit, the Queen of Cups, around nesting, around spending time at home, and just like looking after yourself. Like I really feel like this is a month when you need to give yourself permission to kind of chill, take it easy. This is not the month for you to be holding your feet to the fire, making yourself get up at 5 a.m. to go do some crazy workout, or, getting really harsh on yourself about like, I didn't do this for my job and I need to work harder. This is more of a month for like collecting yourself, resting. And I always think, it's weird. I feel like, especially in the US, there's a culture around you have to work hard all the time, you have to be productive all the time. I think there's something to be said when you look into the animal kingdom. A lot of animals that actively choose to rest, like bears, will hibernate for half the year and just sleep. And those are like some of the largest, most powerful animals on the planet, right? So we tend to associate like working hard, being really busy with strength, but actually a lot of times strength comes when you are able to conserve your energy and apply it selectively. So I just want you guys to not feel bad about this. If you need to take a break, or if you don't have a super productive month, that doesn't mean nothing is happening. Just like the bear needs that sleep, needs that little break, and it allows it to come on really strong in the spring and summer and eat all it needs to eat, and then go into mating season and do all the stuff that a bear needs to do. That, sometimes we're going through that season in our life, but we can be so impatient with ourselves and feel like, oh my God, I'm slacking, or I'm not doing anything, or I'm not being productive, when you might be being very productive. And that's part of the growth process. And you just have to kind of be patient with yourself when you're going through that period. So I do feel like there's a lot of things happening. Spirit just showed me also the image of like flowers underneath the ground, but it's almost like the ground is still frozen, and I can see the little seedlings starting to sprout, but they haven't reached the surface yet. And so from the outside looking in, you'd be like, oh yeah, the ground is the exact same. Nothing's happening here. It's just a dead ground. And there's so much life ready to burst forth in the future. So I feel like for some of you guys, like there's this Ace of Cups energy that wants to come in. There's something very powerful. And if you feel the need to kind of dream, meditate, laze around a little this month, just know that that can be very productive as well. Because especially if you're actively using that time, you're not just mindlessly scrolling or whatever, but you're really thinking about a vision or a dream, or you're researching, that's a huge part of the process too. So yeah, I feel like some of you guys, like I said, you could be redecorating, you could be deciding to make some plans for the future that I feel like are gonna come forth later in the year. And to me, this is almost like a pause month, or there's an energy here around being more in touch with your emotional side. Also, maybe with spending time with loved ones and friends, really enjoying that time with the Three of Cups. So if you have a loved one that you want to spend time with, maybe it's a significant other, maybe it's close friends or family members, you should definitely do that in the month of March. And I feel like this is a month about your internal life. Cups energy is very internal. It's your emotions, it's your creative thoughts, it's your feelings. It's not as outward as like other signs. Just like there's something hidden in water. It's not an energy that always shows what's going on the surface. In fact, water can be very dangerous, moving very fast, or have a lot of like rapids underneath. And you might not know, because water has that power to stay totally still at the top and then have like a lot going on underneath. So again, there's that metaphor for you, that just because you may feel like, oh, I haven't got as much done this month or whatever, doesn't mean you're not actually producing or creating something. And just bear with yourself. Give yourself a little patience in the month of March and let yourself slow down. I could see this being a month when you're puttering around the kitchen, cooking, like I said, redecorating your space, or just researching like on Amazon, like, or online, what kind of like, maybe I want to buy something new for my wardrobe, or maybe I want to buy new plates or silverware or whatever it is, And I feel like there's going to be a lot more of that. So this could actually be an energy that like allows you to go easier at work, or you may have to also put up those boundaries a little bit. You may have to actively seek out rest as well, with the Four of Swords being reversed. There may not be as much time to sleep, or you may feel like you haven't gotten good quality sleep throughout this this month. So this could be why Spirit's asking you to just slow down, bear with this, kind of rest. Because, if you're not getting quality sleep, then you don't want to be going full force and just going 100% of, your strength all the time. You want to kind of pull back a little to make up for that lack of sleep. So yeah, that's definitely an energy coming through, is like, you may just feel like a little not well rested this month, or a little tired, exhausted. Let me get into some of these cards for you. Pile number 1. So what's happening for the month of March for pile 1? I also just heard in my mind something really strong around boundaries. So we got woman holding a heart, storm warning, walking away, hostilities, third chakra, Archangel Chamuel. And let me get one more for you. Okay, indecision. Yeah, it feels like this is a very mental month. And like I said, water can be very inward. And from the outside looking in, sometimes with water, it looks like there's literally nothing going on, but there's a whole lot happening under the surface. And that's kind of what I'm getting, is like, this is not a month when maybe at the end of it, you look back and you think, wow, I did so much. This was so productive. But I feel like you're actually getting a lot done, if that makes sense. It's kind of like how sometimes, if you want to buy like a new bed, or if you're trying to get something done, you have to like do a lot of searching online. You have to do your research. You're looking up different furniture websites, and it may feel very unproductive, like sorting through all these different options and then picking out your bedspreads. And you look at the time and you're like, oh my God, I spent 6 hours and I've been laying in bed on my laptop the whole time. And I, barely feel like I've done anything today. But in a way, you're probably going to be a lot happier with whatever bed you end up with, rather than if you just ran out to the local store and just got the first bed they had and were like rushing around in a frenzy. I've always noticed that. What's coming to my mind is, how sometimes when you have a trip with your parents and they will be like freaking out because it's like 4 hours before the flight leaves, and they'll be like losing their mind and, kind of like being really like agitated and saying like, you got to go right now. And I always think that energy is so funny, because it's like, how is this productive? Maybe it's my Mars in Capricorn that really likes to conserve energy and use it selectively. But I'm always like, what is the point of crashing out right now when we need to be focused? If anything, maybe saying like, hey, did you get that done? We do need to leave pretty soon. Do you need help, or what's going on here? Can you like make sure you hurry, because we do have to leave really, really soon. But like, what is the point of screaming? What is the point of shouting? You know what I mean? Like, there's so many people that under high pressure situations, they just lose it and make it so much worse. And again, I feel like Spirit is giving that message that sometimes the calm person that's kind of relaxed, they can look like they don't care, or like they're not really doing anything. But actually, it's a lot smarter to stay calm and to be chill than to like lose your mind, scream. And that may seem like you're getting something done, but it's really not that helpful. And again, that's what I'm getting is, I feel like there's a message here about, this is a inward month for you. This could be a month when you're very psychic. This could be a month when you're getting downloads and you may not have as much physical energy. You could be going through a spiritual transformation and you may need to get more rest, get more sleep. And so I really feel like this message is saying, just be patient with yourself, bear with yourself. I also feel like I said, you're putting up some boundaries and you're going to, and again, Spirit wants me to follow up on that metaphor. It's like probably the person who stays really calm and is like, okay, I'm packing my stuff and it's ready, and isn't screaming, isn't crying, isn't like running around like crazy. They'll probably get to the airport just in time. And the same person who's screaming and crying and freaking out and losing their mind, they'll also probably get to the airport on time. So it's like, wouldn't you rather do it when you're calm and you're in that place of like peace and relaxation? I mean, that's so much easier on your nervous system and your stress hormones and all those things. So yeah, I feel like this is just your validation that if you feel lazy, if you feel like, I just haven't gotten that done, there could be a lot happening under the surface and you could be being just as productive. So don't don't freak out about it. Don't put this pressure or timelines on yourself, or feel like to be productive it has to look one certain way. And it's funny, you got Archangel Chamuel. Chamuel deals with love, all kinds of love issues. He's a great angel to ask for help if you do want to manifest in love or romance into your life. And we do have that with Women Holding a Heart. So again, I feel like this is an amazing month. If you're in a relationship, you could feel really, really close to your partner this month. It could be a good month as well for meeting someone new, but I'm not going to lie, I'm just not feeling, even though you guys got the Ace of Cups, to me, this is not giving super new, fresh energy. If you do get into a relationship this month that has longevity, again, it will feel really peaceful. It will feel really easy. You probably won't feel a ton of sparks or like frenzied, oh my God, I really like this person, I hope they like me type energy. It will probably feel really chill, really relaxed, and really safe. But if you're in a relationship, I feel like this is the kind of energy that is just going to allow you to really spend that beautiful one-on-one time with your partner. And this could be a great month to take a couples trip, to bring in more romance, to just spend a night in, like cooking for each other and talking and reconnecting. And you guys may do a lot of that this month. There may be a lot of like close contact you have with each other. And I feel like as well, some of you guys are really, again, being selective with your energy, paying attention to your energy, maybe paying attention to when you feel stressed out or when you feel overwhelmed, and really taking steps to avoid that. I'm also seeing someone go for a lot of walks. So there could be some physical activity, and it could be more low impact and just kind of like doing gentle movement instead of doing something harsh like weightlifting. Maybe you're doing some yoga or some gentle Pilates, or some, like I said, just walking, or even light weights, really light weights. But I don't feel like this is the time for you to be straining yourself, pushing yourself. And again, you could be going through a spiritual upgrade, a spiritual download that I feel like is kind of zapping your energy. It feels like you're really transforming and you're really kind of pushing yourself to go through these changes and upgrades. So I don't feel like you need to just put any pressure on yourself to like do more, perform more, or to be harsh on yourself. I feel like this is a month to really be gentle. Make sure you're feeding yourself well, nourishing yourself with healthy foods, and just kind of like allowing yourself to maybe dream, read a really good book, watch TV, and just kind of like taking your foot off the gas a little bit, not feeling like you have to work quite as hard. So let me get into these cards for you. Pile number 1. What cards do we have for pile number 1 for the month of March? So this one is Beneath the Surface, Hidden Truth, Something Unknown. And that's funny because I kept mentioning how water can conceal things. And you can see this card literally shows, an iceberg. And it's such a massive iceberg and you wouldn't even know it's underneath the water. That's so true for water. You guys also got this Divine Presence card. So you may feel very connected with your ancestors and your guides at this time. We also got Emotional Desert, Inactivity, Isolation, Thought Vibrations, Resonant Choices, Signature Signals, and Family Tree Expansion, Legacy. So this could be a great month to spend time with family, to be around family members, and like I said, to be around close loved ones. I really just get such a powerful feeling around you, pile number 1, that a lot of you guys are creating something so strong. And it feels like that Ace of Cups energy. It really feels like you're creating something and it's not ready to come into the world yet. So this could be a month of in-between energy when you're working on something and you're kind of like, you're getting it ready, but maybe it doesn't even look from the outside like anything is really happening. It may just seem like nothing is going on. Like this could be the stage of writing a book when you're getting those downloads and that inspiration and you're even researching about the subject, but it may look like, oh, this is just, you're just chilling. You're not actually writing, but in your mind, you're thinking of all these concepts and you're weaving together the plot and you're preparing it and you're getting it ready. So like I said, I just feel like this is so powerful. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is like a building month. You're growing something, but it's more in energy rather than in the physical. And so it may feel like you're not doing a lot, but trust me, there is like a massive construction happening on this Ace of Cups that is going to come into play later. You guys also got this emotional desert card, inactivity, isolation. So like I said, you may not be doing a lot of exercises or a lot of workouts this month. And with the hermit card, isolation, you may be spending a lot of time by yourself. The hermit card is extremely spiritual as well. So I do feel like you guys are getting those downloads and thinking a lot and dreaming a lot, and maybe spending that time alone that really allows you to be in your own energy and feel centered within that. I feel like you could be meditating a lot this month, or just feeling really tuned in and tapped into the collective. If you've been wanting to like get tarot or do more tarot or oracle card readings in your free time, this could be a great month. You could feel extremely tuned in to the divine. You could be having really incredibly dynamic dreams, prophetic dreams. I feel like this month you guys are so psychic, and you're going through a lot of transformation on the astral plane. I feel like your guides are really strong around you, maybe your ancestors as well with this family tree card. And like I said, this could be a great month to spend with loved ones or relatives. You could be talking to people, relatives, ancestors that you haven't spoken to in a really long time, and spending time, again, like I said, with loved ones as well. So let me get into these message cards for you. Pile number one. What is happening for pile one in the month of March? Okay, so we got Messenger, serious energy, bringing harmony and peace. This one says the cosmic heart, devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. This one is big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. I want to get just a couple more. Let's see. This one is loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in, and breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. I love that card, and I think it's such a reminder that there is an aspect of fate. Sometimes we think we almost have more control than we do. Of course, we have some level of control over what happens, but there's also those things that are so fated and are written in the stars and we're supposed to go through in this lifetime. And I always think it's a very powerful energy to give into that, to resign ourselves to that instead of fighting against it. So again, maybe you guys have like a vision for this month, a whole list of things you want to accomplish, or some kind of huge plan, like I'm going to get this done by this date, whatever. And all that goes wrong this month. I'm not going to lie. This could be a month when, you know, as the saying goes, make plans, God laughs. So this could be a month when you're like tearing your hair out, like, oh, I was supposed to do this. I said I was going to do that, and I didn't get any of it done. And I feel like Spirit is saying, listen, I'm doing something really big for you guys. You're going to be happy with this in the end. So just have patience, just bear with this, and don't freak out about it. And the more you can be in that energy of peace and allowing it, and big picture thinking, as this card says, like thinking of something that's happening long term, thinking that this is not the end result. March is not going to be the final stop along this path. It may look from the outside like, this wasn't the best month for me. I didn't really get a lot done, or I had this huge goal and I didn't live up to it, or whatever it is. But I feel like later in the year, y'all are going to see so much more energy. Things are going to happen for you that you set in motion this month of March. And this is your time to build. Just like that bear hibernating in the winter is one day going to emerge and be stronger for the fact that he got so much rest and so much sleep. And that's just a huge part of the process. Or like I've said a million times, when you live in places that have strong seasons, you notice how much greener the trees are, how much more growth, how much taller the trees are, how the bushes are there and the little plants are there and then the trees are there. And you're like, wow, because when you spend a lot of time in places that don't have strong seasons or don't have like a rainy season, or it's just totally sunny year round, there's not as much growth. In fact, there's usually very little growth. So we got to accept the rain, we got to accept the cold, and know that something very powerful is happening in that season when it looks like all the trees are gone, nothing's growing. It's going through even more powerful growth underneath the surface. So just be gentle with yourself, pile number one. Don't force yourself. Don't feel like you have to hold on so tight to one kind of reality. I feel like you're going through a very divine process. I feel like Spirit also wants me to tell you that you're so capable of this, pile one. And this is a mission that maybe you've been given that I don't think Spirit would have given to everyone. And Spirit knows you can handle this, and you're being very divinely protected throughout this process. So don't be afraid, and just know that that's happening. Know that that's what this is, and enjoy this process. Take your time and really lean into it. Enjoy this season of peace. Maybe cook a little or paint a little or read your favorite books, and just give yourself that time and space to relax and enjoy this time. So that is what I have for you, pile number one. I really hope that resonates, guys. If it does, let me know down in the comments. I always love hearing from you guys, hearing your thoughts, your stories, your insights. So let me know what you think. Also, make sure to subscribe, like, turn on notifications. That really helps the channel. And if you want to see more of my content, then be sure to head to my Patreon, where I post all my additional readings. There are over 100 exclusive readings you'll only find on Patreon, and you also get early and ad-free access to all my YouTube videos. You get to be the first to watch them over on Patreon. I just posted a reading all about your haters, why they're hating, what they're hating on, who they are. We go into a lot of detail. Before that, I posted a reading about when you're going to be achieving your dreams. But like I said, there is so much content over on Patreon, over 100 exclusive readings, and then you get to be the first to watch all my YouTube videos. So if that sounds good to you and you want to join me over there, then head to the link underneath the timestamps in the comments and the description, and I would love to see you there. Also, if you're interested in booking a private session with me, you can do that at my website, briarrosetarot.com, whether you're looking for a quick half-hour reading, a full hour-length reading, whether you want it to be focused on tarot, astrology, channeling, mediumship, a combination, whether you would like it to be a quick 30-minute reading or a full hour-length reading, you can customize your reading so it's the perfect session for you. If that sounds good, then head to my website, briarrosetarot.com, and the link for that is in my description. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I am sending you so much love and light, and I will see you again very, very soon with another reading. Take care, guys. Bye. Hey, pile two, welcome to your reading. So you guys got the Four of Wands, the Eight of Swords, Two of Cups, Ten of Cups, the Lord, aka the Emperor, and the Princess of Cups, aka the Page of Cups. So, wow, this could be a really fun month for you guys. There are so many positive cards coming out. This could be an amazing month for meeting someone if you're single. If you're in a relationship, you may be really enjoying your time with this person. Your relationship could be getting a lot deeper, but there's a lot of romance energy, fun energy. I feel like if you picked this pile, you should probably use this month, and you're single, of course, to actually go out, like hit the bars, hit the restaurants, and kind of be seen around town, because I do feel like you guys are going to be really magnetic and charismatic this month, and people are going to be drawn to you. With the Princess of Cups, the Page of Cups, that's a very charismatic energy. In fact, it can be a bit of a player sometimes even. So you could find that like you can kind of say anything, do anything this month, and people are going to be drawn to you. This could be a really like social energy. If you want that for this month, if you're feeling the social vibes, this can be such a fun energy for going out, meeting people, and just enjoying yourself, enjoying time with friends, enjoying good food, having a great time. And like I said, if you're in a relationship, this could be a great month to travel with your partner, and a great month to just enjoy that one-on-one time. With the Ten of Cups, you guys could be getting a lot closer and a lot more emotionally deep and really enjoying your time. And if you are single, honestly, this could be a month when you meet a soulmate or when you meet a long-term partner with the Two of Cups. But there's also that really fun energy with the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands actually can also be a wedding. So maybe for some of you guys, you could be getting engaged, or you could be getting married this month. But probably, the Four of Wands to me also always comes through as just being really fun. It does show a party. a wedding party often, but it could be another kind of party too. And I always feel like the Four of Wands is just such a happy vibe, such a positive vibe, and like having the best time. You know, it can be very lively as well. It can be a month when your personality is just really sparkling and people are drawn to you and people find you witty. So, like I said, put yourself out there this month. Maybe if you make any kind of content, this could be a great month for making a lot of content because your personality can be very sparkling and magnetic at this time. You can be really radiating and feeling like the best version of yourself, and people in power could even be drawn to you with the Lord card, which is the Emperor. People who are powerful may really take notice of you and enjoy you this month. So it feels like your social life is really, really on point, and there may be more of a focus on socialization, your emotional side of life, rather than as much work, because we're not getting as many work cards, to be honest, or money cards. So this could be a great month, like I said, to even if you want to work on career, socializing, networking, talking to people, and really being in your highest vibrational energy. I'm also feeling for some of you guys, if you wanted to start a workout or fitness routine or focus a lot on health and do kind of high energy activities with that, I feel like you're gonna have a lot of energy this month. It's almost like because your emotional cup is filled up and you feel very fulfilled in that area, you feel very happy and aligned with your friends, or you're enjoying going out, you're having a great time. It's like that fuels the rest of your life, and you have that energy to maybe go work out or do a fitness class, or go hit the gym in some way, start a project. I do feel like for a lot of you guys, like I said, this can be meeting new people, talking to new people, and you could even feel like you're in a little bit of the spotlight this month. Like I said, people can be noticing you. I feel like for some of you guys, you may even be hearing from like an ex or someone reaching out from the past, because I feel like all eyes are on you this month. So if you're posting on Instagram, you may notice like, wow, so many more people viewed my story than usual, or I got way more likes on this post. And you may literally be radiating and looking better physically than you have in the past. I also feel like I'm just getting kind of a selfish energy, but I always mean that as a compliment, like pouring your energy back into yourself. So some of you guys could be getting like a facial, a massage. You could be kind of like doing some self-care, doing some pampering, and feeling and looking really good. This could even be feeling really confident in yourself, confident in your body, confident when you go out. And like I said, if you're in a relationship, this could benefit the relationship as well, because when you're confident, you're more maybe physically attuned with your partner. So you and your partner could, really be attracted to each other this month, and you could have the confidence to like really, open up to your partner physically on a new level, if that makes sense. Yeah, I feel like this is a great month as well for hosting, entertaining, throwing a dinner party, anything like that. And some of you guys could even, I feel like with the 10 of Cups coming out, maybe even get pregnant this month, or there could be a pregnancy energy around some of you guys, around expanding your family. The 10 of Cups is a family energy, so you could also be spending time with your family and really enjoying that, really feeling very fulfilled and happy with that. Let's get into some more cards for you though. Pile number 2. So we got broken heart, door to personal healing and happiness, victory, all tied up, strategy, and anxiety. Okay. I also feel like if some of you guys have been maybe having a hater energy around you, or someone that you felt like you couldn't really trust, and someone like you weren't sure if they were on your side fully, you could be very intuitive this month and really picking up on that and really aware of that. And you may be ready to fully settle ties, or sever ties, I mean. And there could also be a lot of success with that. Like if you felt like you've had to compete with someone at your job, and maybe you felt like they were competitive with you or they were kind of trying to undercut you, you may get some kind of karmic payout. Like you may feel like the karma is really working for you and you get that validation. You get proven right. You get to be the one who gets the last laugh this month. So that could kind of put that to rest and free you from that situation. I'm also getting the vibe for some of you guys of either planning like a spiritual trip, like maybe some of you guys want to go to Bali and go to one of the temples there and meditate or something like that. Or it could also be the energy of just doing that meditation at home and really stepping into your spiritual self. Like I said, with the Princess of Cups, you can be very intuitive this month. The Princess of Cups can also be extremely creative. So you could have creative ideas coming for you this month. I do feel like there's an emphasis on health and wellness with door to personal healing and happiness. Like I said, I could see some of you guys working out a lot, doing like a fitness class, even doing any kind of self-care, getting a massage, getting a physical, doing something for your health, or even something to beautify yourself, like maybe getting, I don't know, like maybe you want to change your hair up, or you want to get veneers, or you want to get something different with your appearance, and maybe you're looking into it or moving forward with like an appointment this month. I do feel like this would be a benefic month for you to go ahead with some kind of beauty procedure. If you've been like, oh, I really want to get a facial or lasers or whatever, but I've been a little afraid and I don't know when to book it, this could be a really good month for you to do that and go ahead with that. I also feel like there's a vibe of a lot of people wanting to kind of be close to you this month. Sometimes you may feel like it's a little almost grating at times, like, wow, this person really wants to be my friend, but they're coming on really strong. Or you may feel like you're fending off a lot of like text messages, you're having to respond a lot, and that could kind of get under your skin. You may feel a little pulled in all directions because I feel like so many people are just really enjoying your energy. And again, they do find you very creative. So this month, they're kind of like all up in your energy field, trying to get a little taste of that, trying to get, some access to that. And you may feel like, okay, this is a month when I'm learning a few more boundaries. Or when you even have that conversation with someone about like, hey, I can't actually hang out that often. I'm not a big texter. So just so you know, like, don't text me that much or something, maybe saying it in a nicer way. But, I feel like you're going to be better at putting up boundaries by the end of this, because it's almost like you're having this celebrity energy in the month of March and a lot of focus is on you. A lot of attention is on you. You may have some kind of major success with this victory card and the strategy card. Something may pay off and go really, really well for you. I also feel like some of you guys are going to be working on your productivity in general, maybe downloading like a productivity app or finding a way to make your schedule more productive. Maybe you're going to wake up earlier. You might have the energy to wake up earlier. You may have the energy to eat healthier or cook really great meals. I feel like for some of you guys, this could also be an energy around Venus in general, Venus beautifying your space. So maybe deciding to redecorate, fix something with where you live, buy new clothes. And I feel like that's a real pleasure and joy, and you may feel really, really inspired. I also feel like with this Venus energy coming through, there could be an ex who pops up again. Some of you guys may be feeling really connected to an ex at this time. And this person could be thinking of you. You could be really on their mind. I feel like it's almost like the more fun you have, some of you guys are freeing yourselves from this bond to an ex or someone from your past. And the more fun you're having, the more you're enjoying yourself, focusing on yourself, prioritizing yourself. It's almost like this person can sense it energetically, and they may be kind of threatened by that and try to come back into your life or just be lurking from afar. I feel like this person, it's like they do want access to you and they want to know what's going on, and they can sense that you're no longer really waiting around for them. This doesn't even have to be romantic, but I feel like there's someone that really wants to kind of creep back in. That's the word that's coming to my mind, creep back in. And they are kind of like a little upset because I feel like you're just really enjoying yourself. And this is like a highlight, I feel like, month for you. Like this is a really fun month. And like I said, even if you're not going out and talking to a ton of friends or flirting with a bunch of people, maybe you're in a relationship, but this could be a time when you go on a trip with your partner, or you guys are just spending really great lovey-dovey time with each other. Could also be spending time with family as well with the 10 of Cups. But I feel like if you're in a relationship, it's just like this connection is getting so much deeper and it's really positive. And if you're single, wow, people are just going to be definitely checking for you, looking out for you, and noticing you for sure. Let's get into some more cards for you. Pile number 2. So let's see, what other cards are we going to get for pile 2 for the month of March? What's happening for pile 2 in the month of March, Spirit? Let's see. Okay, so we have past life guides, karmic lessons, present assistance. This one is goddess of dreams, vision, intuition, receptivity. This one is achievement, completion, reward, relaxation, peaceful pursuits, happy time. And let's get a couple more cards for pile number 2 about the month of March. What's happening in the month of March for pile number 2? This one says conscious steps, considered action, looking forward. And Archangel Raguel, justice, harmony, solutions. So you have a lot of energy around this, like if you've been struggling, if you've been caught up in legal issues, if you have been going back and forth with someone and maybe there has been some conflict that's been hard to solve, that could be resolved this month. And I do feel like there's going to be some kind of victory, some kind of confirmation for you winning, you coming out on top. If there's been like a hater at work, you could get a promotion, you could get, publicly commended by your boss or something, and really get that validation that like you are doing the right thing and you are acting right. And this person is just being a little bit of a hater. And I definitely do feel like you guys could be attracting some jealousy this month. Some of you guys may feel like it's just all eyes on you and some of it's positive, but some of it is a lot of pressure, or it could even feel really negative. But I do feel like overall it's a positive month for you and you may have a lot more free time to do what you want. I feel like this is a month of also like figuring out sorry guys, I kind of took a sip of water and choked on it a little. But I feel like this could be a month of you guys really figuring out what you want long term, like making some kind of vision board, really thinking about your highest dreams and goals and realizing that it's completely possible. So it feels like there's a breakthrough that wants to happen in the month of March where you're no longer holding yourself back or living in an energy of not having that full confidence. I was just thinking yesterday about the concept of Nepo babies and how everyone hates Nepo babies so much, which I can completely understand because it is super unfair. But I was thinking, I actually love Nepo babies. And I think why it's so reassuring to me is because I've always been someone that's like doubted, am I good enough? Can I do this? I don't know. Maybe I don't have the skills. And to me, the concept of Nepo babies proves that like we can really do anything we want, like Nepo babies are out here and a lot of them have like no skills in a certain area, or they were just born into a certain family and then they're like, yeah, of course I should star in this movie. Of course I should have this singing career. Of course I should be like this big writer or producer on this film. And I just think that's so, or a model or whatever, instead of living in that self-doubt, they're just like, yeah, of course it should be me. And I honestly think that's such a major key in life in general to success, is just having that energy of like, yes, I can do it. It's almost like we could all probably be capable of literally anything. Any of us could be A-list actors. Any of us could be models, really, when you come down to it. But a lot of us are like afraid, or we don't want to be too like arrogant, or we second guess and question ourselves. And I do feel like a message coming through for you in the month of March is just having that faith in yourself, believing and knowing you can do it, stepping into your goddess energy. Again, maybe going through like some kind of change in terms of your appearance, or maybe even feeling more confident to dress a little sexier, show yourself off, and really enjoying yourself at this time. I do feel like you guys are super radiant and beautiful. I'm even feeling for some of you guys, you could be doing like a photo shoot this month. Like you could be just shining shining really bright and living in your highest energy and not shying away or being scared anymore, but really being your boldest, best version of yourself. So, yeah, there is a super positive, happy energy around you. Pile number two. We also got that relaxation card. So, this could be an energy around spending time on your hobbies, on your interests, enjoying yourself, and really making the most out of your life. Like maybe even romanticizing your life a little. Maybe instead of going and getting a quick coffee from whatever local cheap place, you're going to drive to like the fancy coffee shop and, bathe in the ambiance and really enjoy and really feel high vibrational and really feel that energy and take that extra time to savor your life. I feel like there's such a positive, enjoyable energy happening in the month of March. Let's get some message cards for you. Pile number two. What messages do we have for the month of March for pile two, Spirit? So we got your life as a canvas, artist, manifestation, creative accountability. So more of that creative energy that we see with that Page of Cups. You guys are definitely going to be super, super creative this month. And there is a potential for like starting a project or just feeling so inspired this month, and whatever you touch kind of turns to gold. Then we got the Void. Stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. So don't be afraid to rest. Take a break this month. Don't be afraid if you're feeling a little exhausted. I am seeing you guys be more high energy this month. But we also got the relaxation card. So don't be afraid if you're feeling like I need to take a break, or I just want to chill today, or I want to, you know what? I want to go out with my friends. I don't want to work super hard tonight, or I don't want to study tonight. I want to spend time with my friends, or I want to go hang out with my boyfriend. Don't be afraid to do that. This is a month about really enjoying and making sure that like your life, you're living in it, you're being present in it. You're not just focusing on the future or 6 months or a year down the road or 3 years down the road. Like this could be the month when you splurge. Like maybe you're like, I hate cooking, but I'm trying to save money, so every night I cook. And this is like spending a few nights being like, I'm gonna get some takeout, I'm gonna go to my favorite place, I'm gonna splurge. And maybe it's not that you hate cooking, it's that you don't have the right tools. You never actually splashed out and got like the nice cutting board and the nice knives, and you're using some old like rusty, dull knife that you inherited from someone, or you got at an estate sale or something. I actually used to go to estate sales all the time in college, and I got so many great old kitchen cooking stuff. Like honestly, I feel like old utensils are so underrated, and they were so helpful. Like there were so many great things. And I just love estate sales. I've always loved estate sales. And I also love the old vintage aesthetic. But anyway, my point is, if you're like, yeah, I really don't like this. I've had this knife for 5 years and it's super rusty and I hate it. Maybe that's going out and replacing it, or, taking some plates and buying new ones that you really love and fit your aesthetic. And maybe if you change that up, if you kind of like redo some things in your kitchen and get cute like pot holders that you actually like, and getting some dining ware, and some bowls and plates that you actually love, instead of dreading cooking and instead of being like, oh, I have to cook this. Ugh. You're actually going to have fun with it, or buying some cookbooks that like make you feel fancy and have pretty pictures and you just enjoy it, and like giving yourself that time and that space to make your life something you really love. I feel like this is the month when you are going to have more energy to pour into yourself and prioritize yourself. Let's get a couple more cards. So we got water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest, and forge, don't follow. Pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. And this one says the golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. So yeah, this is a great month to nurture your inner child. And like I said, I could even see an energy around some of you guys getting pregnant or hanging out around kids. I know that sounds weird if you're an adult, but maybe you're spending time with like your sister's kids, or you're volunteering, and there's something about that joy of children, their positive, happy energy, or even I'm seeing little puppies and dogs. Maybe some of you guys could be like adopting a puppy or something. But I love this water your garden, look after your body energy. That's so important. A lot of times I think we underestimate how much our bodily health matters, how much like getting a good night of sleep or eating healthy, or like exercising. I'll never forget, I was kind of really depressed for like, I remember this so vividly, a week. I've always eaten pretty healthy my whole life. I think because I have moon in the sixth house, so I'm naturally attracted to like healthy stuff. And I just kind of have always been more in touch with like what I eat affecting my body right away. I think that's a definite moon in the sixth house thing or Virgo moon thing, because I feel it if I get like a sugar rush. But I remember so vividly, like a couple years ago, I just felt horrible. And I was like, I'm so depressed. This is really weird. I don't usually get depressed. I'm pretty happy. I'm a Pisces. Most of the time, I'm in a good mood. But I was like so depressed and I didn't know what was going on. And then I remember I saw this thing and they said that actually, like people who are eating a lot of sugar tend to have way higher rates of depression or something like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, because I've been eating a lot of sugar this past week or two. I haven't been really doing my usual health thing. I think I was traveling, so I didn't have as much access to like salads and super fresh ingredients. So I noticed that I had been eating like junky, sugary, chocolatey kind of stuff. And I stopped doing it, and it was like instantly, right away, my mood lifted, you know? That was such a lesson for me, though, that like really it is true that what you put into your body, the efforts you put in, the nourishment you give yourself, and also like paying attention to that long term focus of like, okay, maybe I'm not going to eat the entire chocolate bar, or maybe I'm going to, I had something kind of fun for lunch, so I'm going to have something more healthy for dinner. And really, those things really, really make a difference and fuel us. And it's not to say you can't enjoy life or have some like fun desserts or whatever, but it's amazing sometimes when you do put that extra energy into nourishing, feeding yourself well, or working out or whatever, how much better you'll feel. And I feel like you're really realizing this month, you're looking after yourself, you're putting effort into yourself, and really, like I said, prioritizing yourself, putting yourself in the driver's seat and on the front burner instead of just neglecting yourself and being like, oh, whatever, I'm not that important. I'll just eat this junky stuff, or I'm just not going to work out. I don't have time. But really making sure you prioritize it and you look after yourself. And I feel like this is the month when, again, you're going to be feeling so good. There's so much positive momentum here. There's so much potential for you to like make a ton of friends, find love, really socialize, and make some long-term changes that I feel like are just gonna make you glow, make you look so good, and be the highest vibrational version of yourself. So that is what I have for you, pile number 2. I really hope that resonates, guys. If it does, let me know down in the comments. I always love hearing from you guys, hearing your thoughts, your stories, your insights. So let me know what you think. Also, make sure to subscribe, like, turn on notifications. That really helps the channel. And if you want to see more of my content, then be sure to head to my Patreon, where I post all my additional readings. There are over 100 exclusive readings you'll only find on Patreon, and you also get early and ad-free access to all my YouTube videos. You get to be the first to watch them over on Patreon. I just posted a reading all about your haters, why they're hating, what they're hating on, who they are. We go into a lot of detail. Before that, I posted a reading about when you're going to be achieving your dreams. But like I said, there is so much content over on Patreon, over 100 exclusive readings, and then you get to be the first to watch all my YouTube videos. So if that sounds good to you and you want to join me over there, then head to the link underneath the timestamps in the comments and the description, and I would love to see you there. Also, if you're interested in booking a private session with me, you can do that at my website, briarrosetarot.com, whether you're looking for a quick half-hour reading, a full hour-length reading, whether you want it to be focused on tarot, astrology, channeling, mediumship, a combination, whether you would like it to be a quick 30-minute reading or a full hour-length reading, you can customize your reading so it's the perfect session for you. If that sounds good, then head to my website, briarrosetarot.com, and the link for that is in my description. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I am sending you so much love and light, and I will see you again very, very soon with another reading. Take care, guys. Bye. Hey, pile 3, welcome to your reading. So you guys got the Temperance card, aka the Pharaohs on this deck, the King of Swords, the Lady, aka the Empress, the High Priest, aka the Hierophant, Ace of Wands, and the Princess of Pentacles, aka the Page of Pentacles. So this could be a month with Temperance card leading off the reading where you really need to find some balance. Don't go too hard in either direction. If you've been like, you know what, I need to completely redo my fitness routine and I need to start going really hard in the gym, and I'm going to just like hit it so hard and go for it. No, no, no. Spirit is saying to, like I said, take things a little bit easy, go easy on yourself. And it's all about finding that balance, not going too hard in one direction or the other. So it's also not the month for you to just completely slack off, lounge around in bed, not do a thing. But it's also not the month for you to like push yourself as hard as you can go. This is really a month where you're being called to balance your energies, relax, and understand that a lot of good things do take time, and slow and steady wins the race. So being like consistent, taking things day by day, and really focusing on that long-term vision is often going to pay off a lot more than doing something in like some crazy burst, burning yourself out and then like never doing it again, or just like avoiding it entirely. And there's so much value when we take things step by step, 1 foot at a time. So in the month of March, I feel like Spirit is calling on you that if you do have a goal, if you're wanting to make a dream, just be intentional about it, be calm about it. Don't feel like you have to rush in or do something crazy, or you have to like completely pour everything you have into something with nothing left over. Instead, really take your time to think. This can also be, what I'm getting is coming back into your body. I'm also feeling that with this High Priest card, the Hierophant, of really maybe meditating. I think that so much of the time we do get those downloads in the form of messages to our body. Like a lot of times when we're acting in a way that is a little destructive or not super great, like maybe you find yourself overeating and you can't figure out, why am I just like panic eating all the time? And maybe there's something that you really need to like realize that Spirit is trying to talk to you about. That could be just honoring your emotions, listening to whatever it is. And it's funny because a lot of times when we do have something we need to listen to from Spirit, that's almost when we start running away. We don't want to know what Spirit is trying to tell us. So I find whenever I'm in a dysfunctional mode, like just completely mindlessly scrolling TikTok or eating mindlessly or just kind of doing dysfunctional behavior, that's when I need to meditate the most. That's when there's some message that I probably know intuitively and I'm trying to block out because I don't really want to fully know. And that's when it's the most important time to sit down, meditate, and just give myself some space to listen. And a lot of times it starts with just feeling your body, feeling what comes up in your body, feeling what, muscles are activated for you, what feelings you have in your body. I do feel like there is a focus on your body, maybe on your physical health, and also being like gentle with that. Like if you're wanting to get your fitness routine going, maybe you're going to do it in a gentle way. You're going to do some yoga. You're going to go for walks. You're not going to like completely start killing yourself in the gym and just going full force. I feel like this is really about listening to yourself. There's also a message I'm getting about Spirit is saying how much walking helps, and about how much when we have something that we're like ruminating about, overthinking, we really want to talk it out. Sometimes that's like a low vibrational response anyway. And sometimes we don't even need to like talk that out, think about it a million times. What we need to do is like go for a walk and activate our body, do something physical, take ourselves out of our mind and exist in that physical plane. And really, like, that can be a way to release so many issues. And a lot of times you find that if you just go for a walk, if you've been stressing out, if you've had like a day where you've just been inside and maybe you're working or maybe you're just at home chilling, but a lot of times we think we're going to be super happy if we spend that day just relaxing on the couch. But actually, we do need that physical release. And a lot of times just going for that walk, just allowing our bodies to move will make us feel so much better and happier. So this could be a month for you where there's an emphasis on your body, on exercising a little bit. I also feel like with the King of Swords coming out next, there could be an emphasis on kind of like taking care of problems. If some of you guys have been putting off something you needed to do, like maybe there was some kind of document you needed to fill out, a form you needed to sign, some kind of like, I don't know. It feels like something you don't really want to do. And as I'm saying this, what's coming to my mind is that the month of wait, is it March or April? I forget. But you have to be filing your taxes soon for most countries around the world, I think, definitely in the US at least. So, anyway, some of you guys may be focusing on that. You may be doing something similar to filling out your taxes that you don't really want to do, you've been putting off. And I feel like there's an energy with you really dialing down and again, thinking of the long term version of yourself, not thinking about like what benefits you in the short term, but thinking about what am I going to be down the road. This is an anecdote that is coming to my mind and it's stuck in my head for years. I heard on a podcast like so long ago, but they were talking about how in many Asian cultures, they don't have a word for tenses. They don't have a word for past, present, and future. So that's why sometimes someone who comes from like an originally Asian country and grew up speaking an Asian language, they can speak in ways that sound clunky to us native English speakers because they speak without tenses, because they don't have them in a lot of Asian cultures. Obviously, there are some that have them, but a lot of them don't. Meaning, so they might say something like, I bring you food. And that's because in their original language, they don't have past, future, present, future tense. So why am I bringing this up? Because actually a lot of people from those cultures and Asian people in general show much higher rates of future-oriented behavior, meaning that like Asian students are more likely to study, and also Asian people are more likely to save money instead of like spending it all now on some like crazy splashing out thing. So what they were thinking is that your mindset and whether you think of things with like time limitations really has a lot to do with your future success. Meaning in a lot of, because again, language like influences so much of how we view the world. So for a lot of Asian people, they're not thinking of some future version of themselves that's going to magically come up with money or magically going to learn to study the way maybe a lot of us Westerners may think like, oh, I don't really feel like studying right now. So I'm going to wait and I'm going to study tomorrow. And the version of me that exists tomorrow is going to really love studying, even though of course that never happens. So when you don't compartmentalize this like version of yourself from the past, from now, and then from the future, it's actually such a major key to accomplishing things, getting things done, and just being really successful. And I've always thought about that since I heard that on that podcast. I don't know if it was like NPR or something. It was something like that. Because I really feel like that is so true. And I definitely have fallen into that fallacy of thinking there's some future version of me that's going to really want to do all the things I don't want to do now, that's going to fill out the form, that's going to clean the kitchen, that's going to take care of everything, right, that I need to take care of. So I can find myself procrastinating and getting into this really dysfunctional mode where I will just be like focusing on the present and neglecting the hard stuff that I don't really want to do. And once you realize and you stop thinking of some future version of yourself that's going to suddenly want to do all those dishes and deep clean the kitchen, and realize that that person, whoever the future version of you is the same you now. I don't know. It's just a major mindset shift, and reminding myself of that and reminding myself of the way that, like, honestly, language can create all these fallacies in our minds. And even having that past, present, future tense can make you fall into this like loophole where you keep giving yourself excuses, you keep thinking that future you is going to be so different, and realizing that the only thing that really exists is the you in the present moment. That has been such a major key for me, and I feel like that's a message maybe some of you guys need to hear, is just no longer allowing yourself to put things off, and instead, like I said, living in that present moment and really thinking about the version of you that exists now is going to be the same version of you in the future. So you may as well do all that hard stuff now, if that makes sense. So that's what's coming to my mind when I tune into that King of Swords, is this could be a month when you really find yourself knocking out things you procrastinated, taking care of tasks that maybe you've put off. Maybe there's something that's been like hanging over your head. You haven't wanted to deal with it. And this is your message from Spirit to be proactive about it, to take care of it. And trust me, future you is going to be so grateful that you did all this. You know, like I said, They found when they do studies that like Asian people, Eastern Asian people from Eastern Asian cultures tend to exhibit much higher rates of saving money, tend to exhibit much higher rates of like studying and kind of this future social pro future behavior. And it really pays off. Obviously, if you're saving more money, if you're doing better in school, if you're getting better grades, I mean, that's a major key for life, right? So if you can make that into a habit and just remove that thinking entirely and not even let it enter your head that like, oh, future me will do this. It's almost like if something pops into your head, okay, I'm going to do it now. I don't really want to do this. Oh, well, future me doesn't want to either. So let me do this now so future me can actually relax. That's when things can really start flowing into your direction. And you might be amazed at how productive you can be and how many things you can get done once you take on this mindset shift. So I feel like this message for you is really about in the month of March, you're going to be able to face things head on. You're going to be able to really lean into things and start doing them and not put it off and not think of like one day magically I will want to file my taxes or one day magically I'll want to save all this money. Or one day magically I'm going to decide to start being really neat and organized and keeping my apartment clean. But like, no, let's do it now. What can we do now? Can we pull out the vacuum now? And probably after you do that, you're going to be so relieved. Like, you know what? I'm glad I got all this stuff off the floor. Or I'm glad that, the taxes are done and now I can chill. Now I can relax. So I feel like there's an energy in the month of March around like some kind of like albatross around your neck that's taken off, some kind of thing that's been hanging over your head. And it's almost like, wow, what a relief. This is done. This is over. I don't have to worry about it as much. I'm not stressing about it as much. And now my life is actually better because again, that pro-social behavior, when also you can trust yourself. Like when a lot of times the stress we create is because we know future you isn't going to do it either. So when you start stressing out is when you're like, I know I should study, but I'm not going to. I know myself. I know I'm not going to do that. Or like, I know I should do the dishes now. And I know I'm telling myself I'm going to do them, in a few hours, but I know in a few hours I'm not going to want to do that. Like for me, I have found it's such a major key when I can just do all the dishes the night before. Honestly, I'm not someone that usually is bothered if like there are dishes in the sink or whatever. It doesn't really drive me crazy. But what I found was the feeling I get when I wake up to a perfectly clean kitchen and I can make my eggs and can make my breakfast and everything is in its place and everything is spotless and all the counters have been completely wiped down is so much better than that feeling when there's just even like a cereal bowl in the sink or like a glass in the sink, or some utensils in the sink. So if I can go ahead and just take care of all that stuff and just get it done and do a wipe down and make everything is in its place, then like I know future me in the morning is going to wake up with so much more energy and so much more excited to start the day and in such a better mood. And that's what I mean is like once you can learn to take these behaviors on in present day you, with this temperance card, future you is going to be so happy and going to have so much more success and so much more of a payoff in life. And we do see that with the Princess of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles as well. Pentacles energy knows all about that, all about the value of hard work and not thinking that, again, magically things are going to resolve themselves or take care of themselves. Pentacle energy is a lot more realistic and a lot more like, I'm just going to do it. I'm almost resigned to suffering. Like I think Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, it's such an energy, less so Taurus, but definitely Capricorn and Virgo. It's like, you don't need to pretend. You don't need to put on rose-colored glasses. It's an energy where they're like, yeah, I know this is going to suck. I don't care. I need to get it done. So I'm going to do it. And again, me as a Pisces, I have really learned a lot from like the Capricorns and Virgos in my life about just embracing that like, yeah, it is going to suck, like it doesn't have to be a dream. It doesn't have to be amazing. It doesn't have to feel good to me at every moment because getting it done is so powerful and so worth it that like, who cares if in the moment I have to suffer a little bit. Let's get into some of these cards for you. Pile number 1. Let's see what cards we're going to get for pile number 1. Okay, so we got 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. Adjacent possibilities, 1st chakra, Archangel Michael. Financial constraints. Let's get a couple more cards for you. Did I say pile 1? This is pile 3. Wow, that's crazy.
That's absolutely nuts that I said that. But yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter. So we got woman holding a heart. The energy is what matters. So it's so interesting that we have these two cards coming out next to each other, financial constraints and blossoming abundance. Because again, a lot of times we kind of mistake those two, like, oh, I'm saving money. I feel really broke. But future you is going to be so glad you saved money. So this could be going through your budget and making some changes, deciding like, I'm going to save up for this, or I'm going to change that, or I'm going to work extra hard at work, put in some more hours. Or if you're unhappy with your job, finding a new job, finding a job that really allows you to make the kind of money you want. And there's nothing wrong also with paying attention to that. I think sometimes in the spiritual community, we have this vibe towards money that like, you shouldn't ask for money. We should be above earthly concerns like money. But the reality is we come to this earth to live as humans and we need money to live. So never feel bad about, asking for that promotion at work, or asking for a raise, or finding a different job that's going to pay you more. Or if you have clients, charging a little bit more. Listen to your intuition. And again, I feel like there's an energy in here around listening to your body, really paying attention to how your body feels. A lot of times our body is giving us such strong feelings of yes or no. Again, that's why when you try to procrastinate, a lot of times you'll be like, you know what? I don't feel like doing that now. You know what? I'm going to watch this show. I'm going to just relax and enjoy. And the whole time you're watching the show, you're stressed out, you're anxious, you don't feel good. You're not actually enjoying it because your body knows this isn't what you're supposed to be doing. And your body is going to keep sending you those stress signals. You guys got first chakra Archangel Michael, and Michael is a protective angel, and he's down in that lower root chakra. So for a lot of you guys, you could be calling upon Michael for help, endurance, strength, protection. Michael is like a warrior angel. He's a protector angel. So if you need an extra dose of energy to get some things done, ask him for help with that. Also, Archangel Michael is amazing in helping you find things. So it's kind of like, even finding like a job, or finding finding a reason to do something, or finding some information. You can ask Michael and he will help you with finding all those things. Whenever I'm looking for an object, I always call upon Archangel Michael, and it's like instantly, as soon as I ask for help, boom, I will find whatever that is. But again, if you need a job, if you need to find anything at all, Michael will help you, including like a reason. You can ask him for help with motivation. If you're like, I just have no energy, Michael, please give me some energy. He's amazing at that, and he's such a powerful angel. So I really feel like for you guys, this is about looking at your energy and really being selective with it. It's almost like sometimes we have to realize as well that we do have a limited resource of energy. So if we spend all day procrastinating, not doing anything, then we may not have the energy to get our work done. If we spend all our time worrying or in a low vibrational energy, we may not have that energy to get the things done that we need to get done. So I feel like this is about learning to be intentional with your time, learning to start your day off right. This could be getting a new routine for some of you guys. This could be really embracing going into the gym and being like fastidious about that. Like, I'm going to work out every day, or I'm going to eat healthy every day, and really getting things done, not putting that off to the future, but like, let me do this now. Let me get into these cards for you. Pile number 3. So what is happening for pile 3 in the month of March, Spirit? What is happening for pile 3 in the month of March? Okay, that didn't come out all the way, so we're not going to use it. Okay. So we got shamanic healer, up from the depths, releasing difficulty, personal guide, guardian angel, spirit, family. You can also obviously call upon your personal guide, kinship, community, your group, conscious steps, considered action, looking forward. And let's get one more for pile number 3. This one says ascended masters, devoted spirits with specific intentions. Yeah, and you can also call upon, there are a ton of ascended masters that can help with lots of different areas in your life. You can call upon your personal guides. You can call upon the angels. A lot of them are dedicated to different tasks. I mean, all of them are dedicated to different tasks. So if there's something in particular you like need to get done, if there's something you need to write, you can call upon someone for that. If there's something, if you need help with cooking, like there's so many different specific
deities that will help you. And you can always Google that if there's something you need help with, or just calling upon your ancestors. I feel like there's a powerful energy with the month of March, with some of you guys really turning your life around, like finally doing something that you've wanted to do for the longest time and realizing that the pathway to getting that done is actually hard work. It's not just about the magic feeling. Like, it's like there's so many smart people who have amazing ideas for books, but they never sit down and write. They never actually sit down and do it. And I always think it's funny. A lot of times people will clown on certain really famous or best-selling authors and be like, oh, the writing is total trash. Like for Twilight with Stephanie Meyers, or I think lately it's been that book, A Court of Thorns and Roses, I think, by Sarah Maas. And I think that's right. And people will say like, oh, the writing is so bad, but it's like, yeah, but this person actually, you can think that. I mean, I'm not saying I agree at all, but you can think that, but that person actually sat down and wrote the book. And how many pages did you write? That's what I thought. You didn't write any. And that's the thing. That's the difference. A lot of times it's not about being perfect. It's not about who has the best idea. It's not about like, oh, well, I had this really beautiful vision for something. It's about, did I sit down and actually do it? Did I actually take care of that? And I feel like that's a message some of you guys are needing to hear. I feel like this is a month of such growth for you guys. Like, you're clearing out old versions of yourself. You're clearing out old energies, and you may be being very intentional, like I said, with your energy. Even that kinship card is making me think of how we can be affected by people's energies around us. You know, if we're always hanging out with that friend that loves to party and they're not really getting things done, they're not really achieving anything, and we just have fun with them, but that could be affecting our life as well. And we want to make sure that we're careful about the people we allow into our energy fields, and we're very conscious and aware of where we're headed and what we're doing and how our energy is going to pay off in the future if we continue down this path. Let me get some cards for you guys, some message cards for pile number 3 for the month of March. Okay. So we got the great severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. This one says star family. You're part of a team of souls, call in support. Wow. You guys have a lot of supportive angels and ancestors and ascended masters around you. They've come through so much in this reading. So there could be that project that, like, if you've been like, yeah, there is something I really want to do, this could be a divine mission for you. And that's why you are surrounded by so much support. The 7 star sisters, birthing creations, tapestry of life, expression. So it could be that the collective really needs you to carry out whatever this is, pile 3. I feel like you're so supported. And even if it seems like a small task, even if you're like, how would the collective care if I file my taxes? There may be something in there that's important, and maybe really, or if I fill out this form, or if I like eat healthy today. You never know how your energy could be affecting the collective. And there could be some huge goal that y'all are meant to carry out. And there could be something that's meant to affect the collective in a huge level. And this is why your guides, angels, ancestors want to keep you protected, want to make sure you're on the straight and narrow. You're not screwing anything up or messing anything up. So yeah, I feel like you are supposed to do whatever this is. You're supposed to take on this challenge. And like I said, you have so much support. Deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing, and finally, lost lands, soul memories, and gifts. You've done this before. I also feel like some of you guys, this is like past life purging happening. This could be, like I said, carrying out some deep soul mission that you signed up for before you entered this lifetime. And it can be very powerful when we finally agree to take on this soul mission. And this is the thing a lot of people get wrong, just like they think soulmates means it's going to be so easy, and that's not always how it is. Sometimes with your soul mission, it's hard. It feels difficult. It doesn't feel like it just flows easily. It feels like, wow, this is so much effort. Or now that I took on this spiritual growth, oh my God, like things have been really chaotic in my life, and this isn't what I wanted. And I wanted it to be easy. I wanted it to just, be great and feel good. And sometimes when we are carrying out that deep soul mission, it actually requires a lot for us. Keeping in mind, soul missions have a dual purpose: one, to serve the collective; two, to serve us, to transform us, to help us reach our highest potential of ourselves. And that can often feel uncomfortable. We're often pushing ourselves, getting out of our comfort zone, and having to reach a deeper level. Spirit is bringing up to me how Olympic athletes will be like training, and of course, that moment when they're on the medal ceremony is great for the world. It's very inspiring, but also for us, those months and years of training, it's going to feel difficult at times. It's not just going to be always so easy and happy and joyous as that moment on the medal podium. So just know that accomplishing anything worthwhile in life does take hard work. I do feel like this month you are so divinely supported. You're transforming yourself. You're really leveling up spiritually. You're very psychic and intuitive as well. And like I said, really pay attention to how you feel, because I do feel like with this Great Severing card, there may be people you're supposed to cut off, situations you're supposed to remove yourself from. But trust me, if anyone can handle it this month, it is you, Pile 3. You have all the strength, all the power, and so much support around you, and you will absolutely be able to do this. So that is what I have for you, pile number 3. I really hope that resonates, guys. If it does, let me know down in the comments. I always love hearing from you guys, hearing your thoughts, your stories, your insights. So let me know what you think. Also, make sure to subscribe, like, turn on notifications. That really helps the channel. And if you want to see more of my content, then be sure to head to my Patreon, where I post all my additional readings. There are over 100 exclusive readings you'll only find on Patreon, and you also get early and ad-free access to all my YouTube videos. You get to be the first to watch them over on Patreon. I just posted a reading all about your haters, why they're hating, what they're hating on, who they are. We go into a lot of detail. Before that, I posted a reading about when you're going to be achieving your dreams. But like I said, there is so much content over on Patreon, over 100 exclusive readings, and then you get to be the first to watch all my YouTube videos. So if that sounds good to you and you want to join me over there, then head to the link underneath the timestamps in the comments and the description, and I would love to see you there. Also, if you're interested in booking a private session with me, you can do that at my website, briarrosetarot.com, whether you're looking for a quick half-hour reading, a full hour-length reading, whether you want it to be focused on tarot, astrology, channeling, mediumship, a combination, whether you would like it to be a quick 30-minute reading or a full hour-length reading, you can customize your reading so it's the perfect session for you. If that sounds good, then head to my website, briarrosetarot.com, and the link for that is in my description. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I am sending you so much love and light, and I will see you again very, very soon with another reading. Take care, guys. Bye.